to Esther Delgado. She is County Court at Law Number 2's official court reporter. All persons in this session, as well as the public, are admonished to not and shall not record these proceedings. All counsel and persons in this session are reminded to exercise proper courtroom decorum and attire at all times. We will be operating hybrid, as I have people in the courtroom, physically in the courtroom, as well as those who have elected to appear and are being permitted to appear via Zoom. For those being allowed to appear via Zoom, there's a few additional instructions for you, and these can be deal breakers. In other words, your permission will be revoked if you're in a vehicle. You cannot be in a vehicle. If you find yourself in a vehicle, you have two choices. One, get out of the vehicle, find a quiet space so that you can participate. Two, your second choice would be come down to County Court at Law Number 2 and participate in person. We're located at 300 De La Rosa, San Antonio, Texas, 78205. We're on the first floor of the Kadena Reeves Justice Center. Your name must be displayed, first name, last name. It cannot be your device's name or your nickname. It must be your first name and your last name. Thirdly, you need to appear. So whenever the court is addressing you or you're addressing the court, you must have your video on. The people in the courtroom have their video on. I can see them clearly. So you must have your video on and you must be in good lighting so that I can see you clearly. Please place your device on a flat surface. Place your device on a flat surface so it's still. Place yourself in the center of it and then refrain from moving. The folks in the courtroom are sitting up. Expect your posture to be that you are sitting up. There'll be no eating, drinking, vaping, or smoking while on Zoom. The Zoom has a chat feature. You cannot use it without my specific permission. If you need to, there's only one exception, and that is if you need to step away, you can directly chat to my bailiff, who is here listed on the Zoom, displayed as BCSO J. De La Cruz. If you need to step away for whatever reason from Zoom, please make sure to go ahead and chat to him, letting him know that you are leaving momentarily and you'll be coming back. For those in the courtroom, if you do need to leave, make sure that the bailiff knows, and so that he'll be able to go ahead and check you in and out. He controls the comings and goings from the courtroom, and so make sure to let him know. You cannot leave this court session without my specific permission and dismissal at the end of the day. If you leave under anybody else's permission, then you are subject to getting a warrant for your arrest, even if you did appear and you were not properly excused from the court. Our process today, how we shall proceed, is that I will call the docket. It's just short docket, so that will not take too long. I will call the docket. Once I finish calling the docket, then I will ask for attorneys who need to confer with the ADAs, and so that we can get them moved into start conferring with the ADAs. And then I will come back and I will address specific situations as the business of the court So let me finish calling the docket so we can get that out of the way quickly and I get everybody checked in who's supposed to be here. When I start calling the docket, I will call the individual defendant's name 2 times. Please, if I mispronounce your name, let me know so that I may make my best effort to pronounce it correctly. When I call your name, those in the courtroom, please stand, remain standing, and so that I can ask who your attorney is, make certain who your attorney is. I will ask you, is this your attorney? I will name the attorney. All I need to hear from you is yes or no, and we shall proceed. Attorneys, even if you do answer for your clients, I still need to hear from the defendant. I need to hear from you. So those on Zoom, make sure that you unmute and respond here or present. As with the folks in the courtroom, respond here or present so that I may check you in. If you are in a vehicle, your name is not displayed properly, first name, last name, or you have issues with your video not in good lighting, I will let you know and give you an opportunity to fix it. But I will mark you failure to appear. And once you have fixed it, I will mark you late. When I finish calling the docket, I will start off with the courtroom to determine if there's anybody that I have not called their name who has not heard their name. And then I will come to the court session, the Zoom, and I will ask if there's anybody that I have not recognized. That is a time to let me know that I had not recognized you, but you have fixed the problem. Whether you've gotten out of the vehicle, you have fixed your name, renamed yourself, or you have turned on your video and you're in better lighting. If you need to rename yourself, all you have to do is hover over your frame, your framework, and there are 3 dots will appear to the right of your frame. You click on those 3 dots and one of the options will be rename, and then you can type and rename yourself. Attorneys, if you do answer for your client, please at the same time, let me know if you wish to speak with confer with an ADA so that I may mark that on the docket. It will make it much easier to move you if I already know that you do wish to talk to an ADA. Any violations of these instructions are subject to contempt of court. So again, today is Friday, it's the 16th of December, 2022, and I am looking for the following folks. Deputy, I am now starting to call the docket. If anybody walks in, please let me know so that I can, because they're extremely late. They're supposed to be here at 8:30. And we shall proceed. Oscar Heredia. Oscar.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kim Gonzalez here, Judge. He is in federal custody and awaiting sentencing, so we're asking for a reset until that's completed. I know that they have completed the report, but he has not been sentenced yet.
I have Shannon Locke as the attorney of record. Ms. Attorney Gonzalez, what's your relationship to that firm?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm an associate here at the Locke Law Group, so I'm here on behalf of Shannon Locke.
Thank you very much, counsel.
You're welcome,
Appreciate
Judge.
you being here. Please allow me to go ahead and finish with the docket, and then I will be right with you. Thank you so much. Isaiah Lopez. Fernando Sanchez. Fernando Sanchez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, ma'am.
Where are you? Fernando Sanchez. Okay. Is your
Yeah.
attorney Brett Green?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm present.
Oh,
Yes.
very good. Good afternoon. Good morning. I'm sorry.
Good morning,
Okay,
Judge.
thank
How are you
Good
doing?
morning. Good. Good to see you. Mike, Ashton Michael Pop. Ashton Pop.
President, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Pop. Is your attorney Flavio Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty, very good. We'll go ahead and wait for him. Napier Owens. Napier Alexander Owens.
He's in the jail, Judge. This is Attorney Todd McRae for him. He's undergoing a competency evaluation process. We have a new date proposed.
Thank you, counsel. I'll be right back with you. Esquivel Cano.
Here.
Good morning, sir. Is your attorney Gary Hillier?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. We'll go ahead and wait for him. I believe I've already called Fernando Sanchez. Yes.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Is anyone in the courtroom that I have not called their name? Okay. What's the cause number? So, and you're John Gomez. Okay. Thank you, counsel. Be right with you. Is there anyone on Zoom that I have not called their name, have not recognized? Anyone
morning.
on Zoom?
You haven't called my client, Emily Bowen. This is Frank McElroy.
Okay.
She was recalled from yesterday, Judge, and we'd like to confer briefly.
Counsel, good morning. And what is her name? Excuse me, what's this case number?
The case number, Judge, is, one moment, I'll pull it up on my calendar, 676911.
Thank you, counsel. Anyone else? Anyone else that I have not called or have not recognized?
You call my name, Fernando Ramos, but my client is here, Andrew Rendon.
I'm sorry, who is
Number-
speaking? Fernando Ramos?
Yes, ma'am. Cause number is 646-184. And if possible, we'd like to confer as well.
Okay, anyone else? All righty, that concludes the calling of the docket. Please start moving the attorneys identified. Who is conferring ADA?
Judge, it's
Ana
just
Ramos.
going to be me today.
All righty, thank you. Okay, I have only one ADA today, so please be kind and don't keep her too long, okay? So that we can get things going. Let's go ahead and move the attorneys to go ahead and confer with ADA Han Martinez. so far. Are there any other attorneys that need to confer with ADA Han? Well, I have Attorney McElroy and Attorney Ramos. Any other attorneys? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Attorney Gonzalez?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Okay, you say that Mr. Oscar Heredia is in federal prison?
He's in federal custody, Judge, awaiting sentencing.
Okay, thank you. And have you conferred with the ADAs what's going to happen with these cases?
I conferred with ADA Han yesterday, Ling, I'm sorry, yesterday, and he has pending felonies. So she wanted to just confer with the felony prosecutor because I think those are going to be dismissed once he is sentenced. I just don't know when that is yet because I don't represent him in the federal cases.
Okay, but the felonies, you do represent him in the felonies?
Yes, Judge, we represent him on the felonies.
Okay, counsel, why don't we bounce this down? Can you check your calendar for 3-4 months? Do you think it's going to take that long?
I think it'll probably be early January, Judge, or February. I don't think it'll be 3 months.
Oh, okay, well, check your calendar and give me a date. That's the federal, excuse me, the federal sentencing. What about the felonies?
We have not
It
gotten
looks
any
like
date on the.
I have one here, 2021. Is that the felony that you're talking about in the 175th?
That's correct.
Okay, and that should be taken care of with the federal prison, and these cases will be swept up in that. Okay, so if you would, what date?
I'm sorry, Judge, just 1 second. If we could do. January 23rd.
January 23rd?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, council, I've got a reset for you. You should be getting one. The email. Do you have anything further?
No, Your Honor, that's all we have today.
Thank you very much. You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Attorney McCray, you stated that Napier Owens is in competency restoration? Or?
He's in the Bear County Jail. We have a competency evaluation process and he's got felonies pending. I've conferred with the ADA lien, and we just need a setting. I would think out in March. March the 6th would work. Please.
Counsel, he's been incarcerated for quite some time.
Yes, ma'am, I believe he's incompetent.
Counsel, thank you so much. You should get a reset form. You're excused. Thank you. Have a great holidays.
You too. Thank you, Your Honor.
Appreciate your time. Thank you. Attorney Brett Green.
Hello, Judge.
Good afternoon, sir. Good morning. I'm sorry. I'm rushing the day already.
You're way ahead of yourself, right?
Right?
The days go by pretty fast.
It has. Are we still pending felony, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. I did check with the court. They were a little behind in the 187th, but I do have some good news. There is another case that's stemming out of the same circumstances out of that court that was actually just set for January 19th. So I believe that the felonies pending for Mr. Sanchez will be set probably the same day, which means we could probably reset this one maybe early March or early April to try to see if we can get these resolved.
Give me a date, sir.
How about April 4th?
I believe we have your client's email address, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, I have got you reset for felony pending in the 187th. And you wanted it reset for the 4th of April, 2023, correct, sir?
That sounds great, Judge. Thank you so much.
Alrighty. And if that's the same day as the felony, all he has to do is check in with the, Mr. Sanchez just has to check in with this court and go take care of the felony, okay? And then go up to felony. Alrighty. And that takes care of half my docket. All right, council, thank you so much. You guys have a great Christmas and I appreciate you coming by, okay? Take care, be safe.
Thank you, Judge. Merry Christmas. Next time I see you, maybe it's going to be, we'll be talking about Easter.
Exactly.
All right.
Thank you.
We appreciate what you do. Happy holidays to you.
Thank you, you too.
Judge, good morning. Frank McElroy back again from conferring.
Yes, sir.
Hi, this is for Emily Bowen at 676-911.
Hang on, so let me just pull her case up. Add-ons, 676. Yes. Okay, council, I'm going to need, what are we going to do? I'm going to need the file. I just called for it. If you want to grab the file. Okay.
What? I'm sorry, Judge. I didn't hear what you said there.
You go grab the file. I just need the file, but what are we going to do, sir?
Judge, the state and I did our best. I think we're going to have a trial date on this.
A trial date?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Look at your calendar. I mean, sir, it was already set for a trial, so. 9 January.
Let me check, Judge. I think that should be okay. That would work, Judge. Actually, anytime that week.
Counsel, I believe that we have the email address for the defendant.
Yes,
No,
Judge, I
would
believe you do.
Please go ahead and email it. Let me double check. Email it to Nicole Medrano, please.
Okay,
And yes, sir.
I'll do that right now.
Okay.
You know, Judge, I don't know if I have Nicole's email address here.
Nicole.medrano@bear.org.
Okay.
Okay, counsel, thank you so much. If you got, if you emailed Nicole, and I have the reset form there, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank
You
you,
and your
Judge. Well,
client
have
are
happy
excused.
holidays. And may my client and myself be excused.
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge. Take care of yourself.
You too. Attorney Ramos?
Yes, ma'am. We have conferred. We would request a reset date so that my client can discuss the plea offer with relatives. He has no other criminal history. My suggestion would be January the
Counsel.
12th. I'm sorry.
Counsel, you guys can go ahead and discuss it. Put Mr. Attorney from Ramos and his client in the breakout room so they can discuss it and start the paperwork. Thank you. Attorney Ogwin, is that the correct pronunciation?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, it is. I'm here
Okay.
for Mr. Cano. It should be
Okay.
listed under attorney, maybe Jason Goss or Gary Hillier.
Okay, hang on 2 seconds, please. Okay, waiting for the paperwork on that. Attorney Ogun is supposed to plead today. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you need to go in and talk with that ADA Han, see where that paperwork is.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, I think we do.
All righty, let's go ahead and have Attorney Ogun in with ADA Han. Attorney Ramirez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
I am here for Halisa Duncan. I just briefly confirmed with the prosecutor, and she confirmed that we were going to be able to receive a PTD. So I'm going to go ahead and get the application sent in as soon as possible. Can we get a reset for a status to see if that application has been approved?
You've already submitted the application, sir?
Not yet. So it just got approved today. So there was one last thing. She just had to contact the victim and confirm that PTD would be approved. And we just got the green light today. So we'll be sending that application as soon as possible, Your Honor.
Okay, where's your client?
I don't see her on here. I can give her a call and make her join if that's necessary, Your Honor.
Okay, or I mean, I can always go ahead and issue a warrant. So you
No, Your
tell
Honor,
me
so
what you want to do.
no, let me go ahead and get contact her real quick and get her to join.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Attorney Ramirez? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. See.
Your client needs to come into the courtroom, and it's best that she comes in today. before 11. She needs to come into the courtroom. She has a warrant. Let's go ahead and get that taken care of. All
Would it
right?
be possible? I have her on the phone right now. Is it possible she can pop into Zoom right now?
No, sir. She needs to physically come in. She has a warrant.
Okay, understood, Your Honor.
Okay, and you guys can come in with her. It's best that she comes in unless she's going to pick up this case. It will not be reset. That warrant is active. So come in today before 11 o'clock or by 11:30 or noon so that we can get that taken care of, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. I'll
right.
let her know, Your Honor. Thank you.
Let her know that would be the best thing because otherwise she may be spending Christmas in jail if she doesn't come and take care of that today.
Understood, Your Honor. So we definitely want that to be a issue over her head.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Especially when a PTD is being offered. Let's take
Yes,
care
sir.
of that. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Yes, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. Back again for Ms. Duncan. I was just made aware that she's already currently left out of town, but she is now on Zoom. So we're humbly asking for an exception that her warrant be waived via Zoom.
Your Honor, I was unaware of any warrant or anything. I came to court yesterday and there was nothing said about a warrant yesterday.
You were also not properly excused and you left the court, but that's not the reason that you have a, excuse me, Ms. Duncan. Counsel, there's a warrant out for your client. I do not waive warrants or anything of that nature until the person is standing in front of me, period. And so, and in this one here, I believe with this type of warrant, she just needs to go ahead and get a bondsman, and she can probably do a satellite bond if possible, but that's the way it is. The warrant is active. Thank
Can I
you.
please understand what the warrant's for?
Okay, Ms. Duncan.
I don't even know what the warrant's for.
Ms. Duncan, she's already made her ruling. So let me go ahead and we'll log off and we'll talk about the bondsman. The judge has already made a ruling, Ms. Duncan.
Do you need to be
Okay.
placed in the breakout room or
Oh, that would be great, Your Honor. I'll appreciate that.
go ahead? Thank you. ADA Han, can you go ahead and pull up cause number 678-280?
And I'm sorry, Judge, what was that cause number?
678-280, 678-280. On a Jeffrey Porfirio
Okay,
Ramirez. getting on record. Court calls number 678-280 in the matter styled State of Texas versus Jeffrey Porfirio Ramirez. Parties, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with the state.
Ling Han for the state.
John Gomez for the defendant.
Counsel, I have a Sean Brown, that's the attorney of record on this case. How are you related to?
I'm an associate at the law office of Sean Brown.
Thank you, counsel. Are you Jeffrey Porfirio Ramirez? The same that's been accused of reckless driving alleged to have occurred on the 30th day of January 2022 and classified as an other miscellaneous offense. Are you the same so accused?
Yeah.
I need for you to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. She needs to hear you and the state needs to hear you, okay?
All right.
Wonderful, thank you. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth under pains and penalties of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. You may go ahead and lower your hand. The state is via Zoom and the parties are the defense are present in the courtroom. So the court is going to start sharing the court screen. Mr. Ramirez, can you see the court screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, can you see the court screen?
I can, Your Honor.
And the state, you can see the court screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, on display is a document entitled State's Consent to Video Conferencing. Did you sign that document that's consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
State's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Defense, on display is a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Video Conferencing. Mr. Ramirez, is this your signature where I'm circling the cursor?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign this document that's consenting to plea by video conferencing? Okay, let me finish speaking because she can only hear one voice at a time, okay? And then I'll give you a chance to speak, okay? Counsel, with your signature on the same document, do you join your client in consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
I do, Your Honor.
The defendant's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Counsel, how long has your law firm been representing Mr. Ramirez?
At least 3 months, Your Honor.
And are we applying for probation today? And if so, what type?
We are, Your Honor, deferred adjudication.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Ramirez, on display is a document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication Community Supervision. This is a 2-page document, this being the first page. Now, this is the second page. I draw your attention to where I'm circling the cursor. It says that you personally appeared before me, you're standing before me, you are the defendant in this case. I have sworn you in. Under oath, you're saying that your application for deferred adjudication community supervision and the document entitled your personnel data sheet, which is going to be attached as an exhibit to your application, is true and correct. Is your application and your personal data sheet true and correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Keeping in mind that if it's not completely filled in, it cannot be true and correct. Do you need to speak with your attorney to understand the consequences of your response to this statement, that the defendant understands and acknowledges that any untrue statement in said application, your application, or the exhibit, your personal data sheet, may be grounds for denial or revocation of your community supervision in this case? Do you need to speak with your attorney?
No.
So do you understand and so acknowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you wish to add anything on behalf of your client?
The only thing is, Your Honor, that my client, I believe, forgot to include the last name of one of his references being his sister Mariana, her last name being Ramirez, his sister. And he did not fill in anything for the vehicle portion of the personal data sheet because he does not own a vehicle.
We'll be able to go ahead and correct all of that, right? Thank you, counsel. I will go ahead and sign this document and make it part of the record. State, have you fulfilled your discovery and Brady requirement?
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Also, thank you. State counsel, are you satisfied that the state has fulfilled its obligation to provide you discovery under Article 39.14 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, as well as giving you full access to the state's files?
I am satisfied, Your Honor.
State, is this matter subject to law enforcement disclosure? And if it is, has that been complied with?
It has, Your Honor.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement and make it part of the record. State, do you have any motions for the court's consideration at this time?
Judge, the state has no motions at this time.
Defense, do you have any motions for the court's consideration at this time?
No motions from the defense, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramirez, I draw your attention to the document on display entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. This is a two-page document. This is the first page, and then this is the second page. Is this your signature on the second page where I am circling the cursor?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review this two-page document with the attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
After reviewing this document with your attorney, did you freely and voluntarily sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
So with your signature and your testimony, you're telling me that you understand everything in this two-page document as it was reviewed and explained to you by your attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he go over the range of punishment of what you're accused of, in this case, of the offense?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you wish for me to, would it be okay for us to change the offense level of this, the range of punishment on this? It's not a Class B misdemeanor, is it, State?
I believe it is a Class B.
Your Honor, as far as I'm aware of, and I can do a quick check. I just see an M.
Right.
For misdemeanor,
That's
yes.
It's an other, then it's an other, and I believe the range of punishment is up to 30 days or $200.
State's unopposed.
Defense is unopposed, Your Honor.
Court is going to go ahead and suspend for suspend the record.
It's 545.401, Your Honor. Yes. Subject for the range of punishment is a fine not to exceed $200, so $0 to $200, and confinement and or confinement in county jail for no longer than 30 days. Okay, for both. So it's one or the other or both. Okay, and that's when you drive a vehicle recklessly with willful or wanton disregard to be safe to the public. Okay, you understand that? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You want me
What is the punishment?
It is a fine not to exceed $200, Your Honor.
Okay. And state, is it, the offense is charged as charged under the Transportation Code of Section 545.401 state?
I'm sorry, Judge, what did,
Sorry. The charge is under Transportation Code 545.401.
Correct.
That's your understanding?
That is
Counsel?
my understanding, Your Honor. It should be listed as other with a $0 to $200 fine and up to 30 days in county jail.
okay, Judge, that's fine.
State, since you signed this document, do we have your permission to go ahead and make that correction once this document is printed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. State Counsel?
No objections, Your Honor.
Alrighty, thank you. Oh, sorry. Yes, let me get back on the record. Getting back on record on council number 678-280. Council, at the time we suspended the record, the court wanted to go ahead and present you the information regarding the charge. Do you have the information
I do, Your Honor.
and the charge?
I do, Your Honor. The charges for reckless driving under the Transportation Code 545.401, with a punishment range being a fine not to exceed $200, confinement in county jail for no longer than 30 days, or both fine and confinement.
And state, is that your agreement with regard to the offense charged?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and state, does the court have your permission to be able to alter this document to reflect the correct charge and range of punishment on the document, on the defendant's waiver of constitutional rights and course admonitions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Defense? The court,
No objections, Your Honor.
alrighty? All right, so you understand the range of punishments in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Ramirez? Okay, did your attorney cover with you as far as explaining to you your constitutional rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand them?
Yes.
So with your understanding, sir, do you freely and voluntarily waive your constitutional rights or give them up?
Louder. Yes, ma'am.
Are you a US citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
I will approve your jury waiver. I am going to sign it and I am going to, so that now making it part of the record, you will no longer have a jury trial in this case. Counsel, do you believe that your client is competent to enter into a plea today?
I do, Your Honor.
With the information, were you able to apprise this defendant of the nature of the offense and the charges against him?
I was able to, Your Honor.
And sir, do you and this defendant waive the formal reading of the information?
We do waive it, Your Honor.
State, what is the punishment recommendation in this case?
The state's recommendation is $9 months deferred adjudication, a $0 fine, court costs, 24 hours community service restitution, a driver safety course, and that his supervision on this case, 678-280, run concurrent with 2022 CR 9181.
What is the nature of that offense? The felony offense?
Judge, I'm sorry, I don't have it pulled up.
I believe that one is the violation of a bond protective order, Your Honor.
What court was that out of?
290th, Your Honor.
It indicates that that case is still awaiting a trial, sir?
Your Honor, we're set for plea at our next court date. There is a plea agreement already in place. We've already accepted the plea. We just haven't had a court date to do that. In fact, we were gonna go pop up to the fourth floor to see if they were available to take the plea today on that.
Is it intent in that case to be also contained in no contact order, or?
The no contact order has already been lifted to a no harmful or injurious contact order, Your Honor.
Thank you. State any, so we have, just to reiterate, is that you state 9 months deferred adjudication, 0 fine plus court cost, 24 hours of community service restitution, driver safety course, and to run concurrent with cause number 2022 CR 9181.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else?
That is it, Your Honor.
Counsel, is that your understanding of the state's punishment recommendation in this case?
It is, Your Honor.
And Mr. Ramirez, is that your understanding of what your attorney has worked out with the state on your behalf in order to dispose of this matter for you today?
Yes, ma'am.
With that understanding, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contact.
Now, do you understand that even though you're pleading no contest, I can still find you guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
And you still wish to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
You've discussed this entire matter with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
So with your plea of no contest, you're telling me that you do not wish to fight any of these charges?
Correct. Yeah. I don't really want to fight him.
And sir, do you feel that your plea of no contest is in your best interest?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, Mr. Ramirez, what I'm going to do is I'm going to accept your plea of no contest, finding that it is freely made and it is intelligently made. However, I'm going to withhold my finding of competency and let your attorney address the 1622, Article 1622 report that's associated with your client. Are you familiar with that, sir?
I am not, Your Honor.
Court is going to suspend this record for. Council, I'm going to stop sharing my Go ahead. Thank you, Council. We're back on record on cause number 678-280. State of Texas versus Jeffrey Porfirio Ramirez. Council, have you had an opportunity, giving you the opportunity to review the Article 16.22 report that's associated with your client?
I have had the opportunity, Your Honor.
And Council, with regard to competency, could you please address that? Could you please address that
I
in
will, Your Honor.
regard to that report?
Jeffrey, are you able to read and write?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand the nature of the offense you're being accused of here today?
Yes, sir.
You were able to read through those rights that are given to you and that you voluntarily waive those rights?
Yes.
And you have access to a therapist or a counselor?
Yes.
And are you currently on any medication right now that would affect your ability to competently enter into a plea today?
No.
I do believe my client is competent, Your Honor, to enter into the plea.
I will find you competent to enter into a plea. Today, Council, do you have anything else on behalf of your client, and why should I consider this plea?
I have nothing else on behalf of my client, Your Honor, as far as motions are concerned, just that he will be entering into a felony plea agreement that will run concurrent with this with much stricter standards than he has in this plea agreement. So we do ask that you follow the plea agreement in this case.
You have listed 3 dependents.
Yes, ma'am.
Who are they?
My son, the 2 of my sons and 1 of my daughters.
They live with you?
No, not at the moment. They were living with me, but not at the moment right now, since I'm actually working out of town.
What happened to the vehicle that was involved in this case, and whose was it?
My sister, she turned it back in because she wasn't able to give up the payments on it. Since I wasn't working at the time, I wasn't able to help her out, help her pay the car. So that's why she turned it back into the dealer.
Do you have a valid Texas driver's license?
No.
Do you have a vehicle?
No.
Counsel, is there any legal reason why this matter cannot be disposed of today?
There is none, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramirez, although there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty in this matter, I'm going to withhold my finding of guilt. I'm going to place you on 9 months of deferred adjudication community supervision. You will be supervised by the Community Supervision and Corrections Department on behalf of this court with the following conditions: 0 fine plus court costs, 24 hours of community service restitution, a driver safety course, and a parenting class. This matter will run concurrent with cause number 2022 CR 9181, which is a violation of protective order, of which under oath you have told me that that matter has been now reduced from a no contact order to a no harmful and injurious contact. And I expect you to, by the time you complete your probation, whether it's this probation or if you have a longer probation with the felony case, you'll get your GED or some certificate that's equivalent to a GED. I'm going to require 2 affidavits from you within the next 10 calendar days, And that is no driving without a Texas driver's license, a valid Texas driver's license, or other. You can get an occupational license as well. Okay. Also, I'd like to know the status of the vehicle that was involved in this matter, the ownership and your relationship to that vehicle. You're saying that you do not have a vehicle at this time?
No.
So it'd be an affidavit of non-ownership. The vehicle that was, and then provide me the status of the vehicle that was involved in this incident, the ownership, who owns that vehicle, who owned that vehicle, your relationship to that person, and if that vehicle is no longer viable, I need a third-party verification. If it's impounded or repossessed, the third-party verification to show that it has been repossessed or something of that nature. That vehicle should be identified by year, make, model, license plate number, and the last 6 digits of the VIN number. And I'm setting your supervision fee at $35. State, did I cover everything for you?
Yes, Your Honor, you have. Thank you.
Defense, anything further on this matter?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramirez, with regard to the trial court certification of defendant's right to appeal, this has been a plea bargain case. I am going to certify that you have no right to appeal. You will get a copy of that, these documents, your certification of right to appeal. Upon conclusion here, we'll see if we can get that printed out and give it to your attorney, get it from your attorney. Mr. Ramirez, you're facing perhaps, as your attorney mentioned, you're going to be facing a felony. This runs concurrent with the felony, which your attorney will go over with you, sir. It's important that you adhere to these requirements and make sure that you take care of these requirements, as the felony has probably more stringent requirements for you. Make sure that you stay compliant with that, and also with your, you say you have a private therapist? Okay, I'm also going to make that as part of your requirements here for you to stay compliant. With your private treatment and any medications that may be prescribed. Okay, and make sure that if you do get any medications prescribed to you, sir, make sure to let your CSO know. Instead of it showing up in your urine or something like that, in your analysis, make sure that you let them know ahead of time. Give them their prescriptions, okay? All righty, I wish you the best of luck, sir, and best of luck with the other cases that you do have, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
All righty, thank you very much. We're off record on this matter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Attorney Ramirez?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. So I had a few questions that I want to inquire with the court. Specifically, what's the active warrant for and when was it issued?
Counsel, you can come into the court and go ahead and deal with the clerks or the deputy and be able to find that information out. You can call the clerks, okay? Or call the jail. Thank you. Anything else, sir?
I was just curious, it was for recent events. I know there was miscommunication yesterday. My client was on Zoom. I got a second presiding court, and then I tried to jump into this court to take care of Ms. Duncan's matter. And Mr. Para stepped in in my behalf. And I just had a note this morning concerning that I needed to appear today, but Ms. Duncan was not advised of her need to appear. I was under the impression I just needed to confer with the state to request paperwork. That way we could have got this taken care of for a possible plea.
Counsel, Mr. Attorney Para did appear briefly and advised the court coordinator that he is in trial elsewhere and whether he could go ahead and recall this for the next day. I agreed to it and never had a chance to address the matter. So he left with his Ms. Duncan, your client, at that time. So Ms. Duncan was not properly excused by this court except to through Mr.
Mr. Para?
Para, thank you. Discussing with the court coordinator. I went ahead and agreed to it, but so the issue, her case was not discussed or determined by this court at all, reviewed by this court yesterday.
So I apologize for the miscommunication, Your Honor. So I was still pending paperwork and still pending approval for a possible PTD. So when I saw the note, that's what was the impression was, just to come in and get that paperwork and schedule a plea.
Counsel, I'm not really too sure where this inquiry is going towards. Your client is marked as a fugitive. What I have offered here is for you and your client to be able to take care of this matter as far as that as soon as possible so that she does not have that hanging over her head. Do you understand? I do not see where that's her status, that warrant. So if you wish to go ahead and explore it, then please call the clerk.
Judge, can you hang on just a second?
Okay. So as I'm stating, if there are various different ways to find out the nature of the warrant at this time, counsel, so find that out. I have given you the opportunity, I'm telling you to give you the opportunity to bring it before this court so that we can be able to go ahead and take care of it. She needs to come in. I've indicated satellite bond, so counsel, otherwise your client is subject to being arrested. That's all I'm saying. There's a warrant. I hope you appreciate that fact that I give you the heads up, but if I had been able to address Ms. Duncan's case yesterday, I would have, but was not able to.
I'm sorry for that, but I'm confused because Mr. Para dismissed.
Counsel, it would be best that your client turn herself in, and if you guys are able to do that, then it can be taken care of, okay? There's nothing else for me to discuss with this. I don't think I am the one who issued the warrant, or otherwise I would be able to go ahead and look at it. But if you wish to find out, go ahead and call the clerk, call the Bexar County Jail so that they can give you information concerning it. Okay, counsel?
I appreciate your time, Your Honor. So that was the reason for my inquiry, to find out if it was a bench warrant issued by yours truly, Your Honor. But since it wasn't, we'll inquire further with the clerk and see what we can do to resolve it.
If it's a judge issued warrant, she'll still have to come in. I will get right. I understand. Thanks. Okay. If it is, she would still have to come in to get it taken care of. Either way, she needs to turn herself in. That's what I'm trying to impress upon you. There's a warrant for your client.
I appreciate your time, Your Honor. So we'll see. We'll look into the matter of the bond.
All righty. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am. Attorney Ramos?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we ready to go ahead and is the paperwork being prepared on your client's case?
As I indicated to you on Monday, Judge, my client does not wish to plead today, or he wishes to have a reset if the court pleases, to discuss the matter with relatives coming in from Colorado.
Sir, if you point to me as somewhere in the Court of Criminal Procedures regarding that as a matter of basis of continuance, I'll be glad to go ahead and entertain that. Thank you so much. Attorney Burnett?
Judge, in the alternative, would if you set this case for trial?
Your client is who again, sir?
Andrew Reyna, he's present, Judge. Cause number 646184.
Okay. All right, counsel, I'm going to place you in with you and your client in with Nicole Medrano, so she can go ahead and give you a case setting form. You have yourself a lovely day, okay? You guys are excused from there. Thank you. Place them in with the court coordinator, Attorney Fernand Ramos, and Mr. Is it Rendon?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct, Judge.
Attorney Hernandez?
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
I was very impressed that you looked into that maximum fine. I've never seen a judge do that before. Interesting, huh? I'm going to recall all my reckless driving cases. Judge, I'm Ashton Pop. He's been waiting for a PTD application review. I just got an email from Beatrice Chavez saying he has been accepted pending a payment of restitution of $342, I believe.
That's an upfront restitution that he has to pay in order for that to happen?
Yes. I've got a $343.10. That was Yes, that is the email I received from Beatrice saying if he pays that, they will proceed. And he has been accepted. And this payment will be payable to the city of Converse.
Okay, so when was the application submitted for pretrial diversion?
This was in August, Your Honor. This year. Yes, we've waited quite a long time. This has been a very long process. But all our paperwork was submitted.
Attorney ADA Hond, you approved this defendant and this case for pretrial diversion?
I did, Your Honor. It actually looks like the application and the fee were received back in August. So
Okay.
for a very long time.
Sure, and it has been accepted?
Yes, according to Beatrice Chavez, he has been accepted. And he's been, but he's being required to pay that restitution before they'll send me the agreement. Basically, it's a hostage situation, Your Honor. I don't want to delve into the code of criminal procedures on this, Your Honor. I'd rather have my client pay that as soon as he can afford it. He is online.
So what date are you looking at, sir? To reset this matter so he can go ahead and proceed?
Mr. Pop is present. We can ask him how soon he can pay that amount, and I would suggest a week or two.
Let me go ahead and have you get in a conference, a breakout room with your client, and so
Yes,
that
ma'am.
when you guys can come back and give me a date for reset, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Your Honor. My name is Andrew Rendon. Was I excused to leave?
Call your client, call your attorney.
Yes, ma'am. Am I excused to leave?
Call your attorney.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
He should be in with sir, you should accept the invitation that was sent to you.
I didn't receive one. I'm sorry.
All righty, let's go ahead and resend it. Attorney Ogun is, are we ready to go ahead and proceed? Do we have the paperwork done?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let me just double check for you. Technology, you gotta love it. Okay, go ahead and check with the ADA. I don't know, I don't have the paperwork. Maybe it needs to be resent to Nicole Medrano. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
all right. Sure, absolutely. Sure. No problem. Attorney Hernandez?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is
The date?
struggling financially. He's having a newborn baby. I believe he's due to be born tomorrow. His finances are very difficult. And today is the first time he's heard about this restitution amount upfront. Your Honor, we would request 30 to 60-day reset.
Thank you, counsel. I was looking for a date, please, if you check your calendar.
How about January the 12th, Your Honor?
That's 30 to 60 days?
I'm sorry. Let me look at this.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I may have
How about February 16th? You know, babies are expensive.
16th of February, 2023?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and place Mr. Attorney Hernandez and Mr. Pop in with the Ms. Madrano for reset to 16 February 2023, as requested by the attorney.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a great Christmas.
You too.
Nicole, Ms. Madrano, can you join the breakout room, and do you have the personnel data sheet to send to Attorney Ogen?
I'm sorry, Judge, what was that?
The personnel data sheet, do you have it that you can send to to Attorney Ogen?
I can look to see if I have one.
Okay, if not, ADA Ling, would you have one? Lynn Han? Han Martinez? Do you have a
Judge, I
personnel data
was
sheet?
actually just informed that form needs to come from probation.
The personnel data sheet?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. ADA Han Martinez, do you have one separate that can be sent to? That they can print out a blank one?
I can look.
Your
Okay.
Honor, did you want us to fill out a separate one? Because I believe Mr. Cano filled one out.
Right, and with the issues there, that's why I'm asking to see if you guys can fill out one and be able to email it back, scan and email it back, okay?
Okay. Your Honor, I just received the personal data sheet, so just to clarify, you want us to fill it out and scan it back?
Yes, please.
Okay, may I be placed in a
Okay.
breakout room? I'm sorry,
Oh, okay. It's the addresses that are the issue.
what part of the address?
Oh, the references and all of that.
Okay,
Yeah, they didn't put addresses, they put just this city and state.
okay, may I be placed in a breakout room with my client?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
then very
I
quickly.
thought I'm showing my video. Yes,
Thank
thank you. Yes.
Judge, if that girl comes in, you can.
Hey, Nicole, Attorney Flavio Hernandez is waiting for you to join him in the breakout room.
Okay, Judge, I didn't get the invite in there. Was I supposed to just, do I have access to just go in?
Yes,
Okay,
if you hit that join button on the right-hand side.
okay, I got it. Thanks, Judge.
Thanks. Thank you.
Judge, you were done with Mr. Pup, is that correct? I already spoke with them in the breakout room.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Pup, you may get off the Zoom now.
Thank you, Your Honor. Merry Christmas, guys.
You
Merry
too. I'm trying to get this done. It is this plea done because they'll be coming back.
Hello, Your Honor. We have filled that out and I emailed it back to Ms. Han.
Okay.
Judge, I received it and have forwarded it to Ms. Medrano.
Okay, thank you.
I received it, Judge.
Good. And Nicole, can you coordinate with the clerk so they can print it out and provide it to me?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Hey, how are you, Rusty?
he's waiting outside for that delivery.
Let's get on record. Court is going to call cause number 677-583, State of Texas versus Ezekiel Cano. Parties, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with the state.
Ling Han for the state.
Jasmine Olguin for the defendant.
And are you Ezekiel Cano?
Yes, ma'am.
And am I pronouncing your first name correct?
No, it's Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
Yes.
Okay. At least I got the last name correct. So, but thank you for that correction. Appreciate it. Now, are you the same that has been accused of driving while intoxicated with a BAC of 0.15 or higher? Alleged to have occurred on the 20th of January, 2022, and classified as a Class A misdemeanor?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth, under pains and penalties of perjury, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. You may go ahead and lower your hand. All parties are on Zoom, so the court is going to start sharing the court screen. Mr. Cano, can you see the court screen?
Yes.
Counsel, can you see the court screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
And state?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, on display is a document entitled State's Consent to Video Conferencing. Did you sign this document that's consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
State's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Defense, on display is a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Video Conferencing. Mr. Cano, is this your signature where I'm circling the cursor?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign this document thus consenting to plea by video conferencing?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, with your signature on the same document, do you join your client in consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
The defendant's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Counsel, I do notice here that the attorneys on this case are Gary Hillier, Jay Norton, and Patrick Valentine. How are you related to these attorneys?
Yes, Your Honor. They are my colleagues. I work at the same firm as them.
Okay. Counsel, how long has the law firm been representing Mr. Cano?
For about 9 months on this case. Yes.
Are we applying for probation, and if so, what type?
Oh, yes, we are applying for deferred adjudication, community supervision.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Cano, I direct your attention to the document display. It's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication Community Supervision, 2-page document, this being the first page, and then this being the second page. I draw your attention to the middle of the page where I'm circling the cursor where it says that you appeared before me today, albeit via Zoom, and that you are the defendant in this case. I have sworn you in, and under oath, you're telling me that your application for deferred adjudication, community supervision, and the document entitled your personal data sheet, which I have a hard copy of, are true and correct. Your personal data sheet will be attached as an exhibit to your application. So both documents true and correct, your application as well as your personal
Yes, Your-
data sheet, sir. Sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And do you need to speak with your attorney to understand the consequences of your response to this statement, that the defendant understands and acknowledges that any untrue statement in the application or the exhibit, the personal data sheet, may be grounds for denial or revocation of any community supervision in this case. And understanding that if the documents are not complete, they cannot be true and correct. Do you need to speak with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
So do you understand and so acknowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
I will sign the document and make it part of the record. State, have you fulfilled your discovery and Brady requirement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Counsel, are you satisfied that the state has fulfilled its obligation to provide you discovery under Article 39.14 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, as well as giving you full access to the state's files?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is this matter subject to law enforcement disclosure? And if it is, has that been complied with?
It is subject to, and it has been complied with, Your Honor.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement, making it part of the record. State, do you have any motions for the court's consideration at this time?
Judge, the state does not have any motions at this time. I'm
Defense, do you
sorry,
have
the state would orally move to waive and abandon the enhancement, the 0.15 or higher enhancement.
Oh, okay. Counsel, any objections?
No, Your Honor.
With that objection from defense, so state's oral motion is granted. State, any other motions for the court's consideration?
No other motions by the state at this time, Your Honor.
Thank you. Defense, any motions for the court's consideration?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Cano, I draw your attention to the document on display. It is entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Course Admonitions. This is a 2-page document, this being the very first page, and then this being the second page. Is this your signature where I am circling the behind the on the second page here?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review this 2-page document with your attorney?
Yes, I did.
After you reviewed it, did you freely and voluntarily sign this 2-page document?
Yes, ma'am.
So with your signature and your testimony now, you're telling me that you understand everything in this 2-page document as it was reviewed and explained to you by your attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes.
She has done very well by you, sir, to first of all, bring this to a resolution for you. And then she has further reduced this from a Class A misdemeanor to a Class B misdemeanor. So did she explain to you what the range of punishment is?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did she explain to you your constitutional rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understood those?
Yes, ma'am.
So with that understanding, sir, do you freely and voluntarily give up your constitutional rights?
I do.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
I will approve your jury waiver at this time. I am going to sign and make a record of this document, and you will no longer be able to have a jury trial in this case. Counsel, do you believe that your client is competent to enter into a plea today?
Yes, Your Honor.
With the information, were you able to apprise this defendant of the nature of the offense and the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you and this defendant waive the formal reading of the information?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, what is your punishment recommendation in this case?
Judge, the state would recommend 24 months deferred adjudication, a $250 fine, court costs, 72 hours community service restitution, TWI intervention, uimpact.com, TAP and all recommendations, ignition interlock for the full term, and a $60 restitution to Texas DPS.
Counsel, is that your understanding of the state's punishment recommendation to the court?
Yes, Your Honor, that's my understanding. I just wanted to make one note to the court that Mr. Cano does not have a vehicle at the time. Currently, I apologize. Oh,
No, I'll let you get to that. I'll give you the opportunity for that.
you,
Mr.
Judge.
O'Connor, is that your understanding of what your attorney has worked out with the state on your behalf in order to be able to dispose of this matter for you today, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
So with that understanding, Mr. Cano, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason than the fact that you are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
I will accept your plea of guilt, finding that it is freely and intelligently made and that you're competent to enter into such a plea. Counsel, what do you have on behalf of your client and why I should consider this plea? Please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. I just wanted to put on the record that my client currently does not have a vehicle. He is working to get one. If we can please extend the date that he needs to put the ignition interlock on a vehicle for 30 days, just to give him some time.
So he anticipates getting a vehicle within 30 days?
Yes, most likely within 30 days. Yes, Your Honor.
And that would be 30 calendar days?
Yes, Judge.
Anything else, counsel?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Kind of whom do you live with?
I've been bouncing around with coworkers. I don't have a set residence.
All righty. Who are the co-workers that you have referenced here or that you've been bouncing around between?
None of the ones listed above. It's been other coworkers. And
Okay,
then
what are their names?
Ashley, Hambright,
What's the first name?
Ashley,
Okay. Last name?
Hambright. I think it's HAMBRIGHT.
Okay.
And then from her, and then also the location of my employment.
So just that one coworker, sir?
Yes, and it kind of varies from day to day. Maybe it could be one day somewhere else, and then usually back at work.
Does Ms. Hambright have a vehicle?
She does.
Do you have a valid Texas driver's license?
For me, or what do you mean?
Yes.
I do not. All I have is an ID. I'm trying to work with Ms. Olgan to get an occupational.
What happened with the vehicle that's was involved in this incident?
It was an
What
accident.
happened to it? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Total loss. Yes,
And that was your vehicle?
correct.
State, what was the BAC in this case?
The BAC was a 0.19.
State, there was an accident associated with this case?
It was a single vehicle accident, Your Honor.
We're not asking for restitution?
We are not, Your Honor.
Because it only involved the vehicle, did it hit a tree or something? I mean, what did
It
it hit?
hit a median.
State, what was it prior? You're asking for an intervention, DWI intervention. Was there a prior?
Yes.
When was that?
The last one was in 20, I believe the arrest date was 2020. May 31, 2020.
And was that an obstruction, a DWI? What happened?
It was a DWI due to the timing of the actual plea and the offense date of this one. The state could not move forward with this being a second DWI.
So with that DWI, was there a, was he placed on probation? Did he successfully complete?
Judge, I do not have that information because it's out of county.
It was
I
out of
believe, yes, I believe that he was placed on deferred for it, but I couldn't tell you much more than that. I don't know if he's still on it. If he is, the state is not opposed to it running concurrent with this one. Further, given Mr. Cano's, it sounds like financial difficulties right now, the state is also not opposed and would actually request that the fine be reduced to 0.
Oh, you want to change that to 0?
If defense is not opposed to it, I just want to try and not set Mr. Cano up for failure. Understanding that
objection, Your
Commissioner
Honor.
Phillip is expensive and trying to get a vehicle and everything right before the holidays.
So was there a prior to that?
To the DWI
2020?
just referenced?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Cano also had an obstruction in 2018, July 8, 2018. No, actually, I'm sorry, Judge. That one was dismissed. It was just dismissed. So
It was an obstruction, but it was dismissed? I don't
I
understand.
don't have records for it because it is also out of county. It just shows as being dismissed according to my records, Your Honor.
Okay. But it happened in 2018.
Yes, Your Honor. It doesn't appear that there was any supervision for that one because it was July 2018 and it was dismissed March of 2019. So
Okay.
if there was, it was very, very short.
Defense, do you wish to speak to those priors?
No, Your Honor. The first one that was mentioned was dismissed, and the second one, I believe he's still on deferred for that one.
How long is that?
The deferred period was for 6 months, I believe.
So when was that sentenced? Or when was it? Yeah. Disposed of.
1 second, Your Honor. In July, so he should be
Almost done with it?
almost done with it, correct?
And what county was it out of?
Medina.
Mr. Cano, from your personal data sheet, I don't understand, you're listing the address of your references as if they live at the golf course?
They do not. I don't have their actual addresses, just their cell number.
Okay. So Mr. Cano, are you basically from Medina County? Is that your origin?
No, ma'am. I'm from Harlingen, Texas, Cameron County.
Okay. But you moved up here. You're here in San Antonio now?
Correct.
Okay. Defense, is there any legal reason why this matter cannot be disposed of today?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Cano, although there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty in this matter, I am going to withhold my finding of guilt. I'm going to place you on 24 months of deferred adjudication community supervision. You will be supervised, that is for DWI first. You will be supervised and monitored by the Community Supervision and Corrections Department, otherwise known as probation, with these following conditions: 0 fine plus cross cost, 72 hours of community service restitution, DWI intervention, uimpact.com, and a TAP evaluation. You will install the ignition interlock within the next 30 calendar days, and you will maintain it full term. In the meantime, between now and the time that you get the device installed, you will be submitting to a UA weekly to include ETG ETS until the device is installed. And $60 reimbursement to Texas DPS, Department of Public Safety. I'm going to require 3 affidavits from you. And yours can be all wrapped up in one document, okay? If you wish. Actually, it would be about 4, but so 3 from you. 1, that you will not drive any vehicle that's not equipped without ignition interlock. 2, no driving at all without a valid Texas driver license or occupational driving license. 3, I'd like to know the status on ownership of the vehicle that was involved in this incident. In that affidavit, you will put the owner, the relationship of you to the owner of that vehicle, a third-party verification as to what is going on or the status of that vehicle that was involved in this incident. You identify that vehicle involved in this incident by year, make, model, license plate number, and the last 6 digits of the vehicle identification number. I will also require an affidavit from an Ashley Hambright, whom you have identified, your coworker that you, and that has a vehicle in the place that you stay at, that she will not allow you to drive her vehicle under any circumstances. Otherwise, I will order a vehicle that ignition interlock be placed on that vehicle. She will also identify her vehicle by year, make, model, color, license plate number, and the last 6 digits of vehicle identification number. I'm going to require these affidavits within the next 10 calendar days. I'm also going to order that you engage immediately, starting this evening, to 12-step community-based sober support group meetings 3 times a week. 2 of them must be in person. So today is Friday. So by Sunday, I expect that you will have completed 3 meetings. I'm going to set your supervision fee at $60. And State, did I cover everything for you?
You did, Your Honor. Thank you.
Counsel, anything further?
Yes, Your Honor. About the meetings, may we please extend his start date to Monday, just because he doesn't have a vehicle, and as you requested for him to do it 2 times in person, can he have the option of starting Monday instead of this evening? Also because of his work schedule.
Counselor, I have accommodated. I appreciate your advocacy, and I've accommodated what you have asked of me, but I have to decline that. He can check on the website right now and find where he can do the meetings, and he can do all of them in person or on. What I can do is until next week, he can do them online, the 3 that he needs to get done this week.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then from then on 2 in person.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Anything else, Counsel?
Nothing further.
All right. And make sure that they're verifiable. In other words, he'll need to make sure that he's able to produce proof that he has attended those meetings by a third party to his community supervision officer. Okay?
Yes,
He
Your
may
Honor.
not meet his community supervision officer for some time, but he'll need to provide proof that he attended these 3.
I understand. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, good. Counsel, anything else? I'm sorry, just to make sure.
Nothing further from defense. Thank you.
Mr. Kano, this has, with regard to the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, this has been a plea bargain case, and I am going to certify that you have no right of appeal. Now, you will be able to get a copy of this when you come in to provide us your fingerprints. And then you will be able to make corrections to the personnel data sheet with the addresses of your references. So make sure that when you come in on Tuesday, 20 December 2022, that you have those addresses, okay? And you will
Yes, ma'am.
correct the personnel data sheet. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Also understand this, sir. If you do not come in on Tuesday between the hours of 2 p.m. and before 4:30 p.m. to County Court at Law Number 2, located at 300 De La Rosa, San Antonio, Texas, 78205, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And just so that you know, we are on the first floor of the Kadena Reeves Justice Center. Oh, State, do you have any objection to Mr. Cano being referred to Bear County Gives Back program?
No objection from the state, Your Honor.
Counsel, are you familiar with that program?
No, I'm not, Your Honor.
Okay, it is an alternative that I provide for people to go ahead and address or satisfy the community supervision, community service restitution. It is for only 40 hours. He's responsible for the whole 72 hours. So this is a way for him to go ahead and take care of a big chunk of it through the Bear County Gives Back program. What will happen is I'll place you and your client in with the CLO, Community Liaison Officer, Probation Officer, and she can explain the program in detail and determine eligibility of Mr. Cano to participate in that program. Now, the most important thing is it's an alternative. I have a few other alternatives that he can see if he's eligible for and wish to partake of. So he's responsible for 72 hours. This is one way for him to take care of 40 hours, okay? He doesn't have to participate in this program. If he wants to, great. If he doesn't, he still gotta go ahead and complete those 72 hours, okay? So now, Mr. Cano, I'm looking for you to be successful on probation. So now what happens is as soon as you get your vehicle, okay, make sure that you don't wait. As soon as you get that vehicle, make sure to schedule to get that device installed as quickly as possible. You only have 30 calendar days. So 24 months is a long time to be on probation. Under any kind of scrutiny. So if there's anything that impedes your ability to be successful, make sure to keep a good communication with your community supervision officer to see how they'd be able to go ahead and make adjustments and help you to be successful. They're very good. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. Very good. We'll see you Tuesday, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel,
See you then.
anything else?
No, thank you so much, Your Honor, and have a great weekend.
You too. Say
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
very good. You're excused. You guys have a great Christmas, okay?
Thank you, Judge. You too.
All right. All right. Okay. Good. Hey, State, according to my notes and the docket, it looks like we're done. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a nice weekend.
Have a great, you too. Bye-bye. Let's play some. Who? Did they go in with Ashley? Okay. Well, it is what it is.